Let's take a listen.
But is there anything you can go off?
You said you were seeing some movement. You said you were seeing some movement.
Oh, I saw some, but I mean, I've seen some of people before, and when crunch times come, they tell me one thing and walk on the floor, and they do something else because they have some other plan. Look, I think there are a few people that want to take it all down, right? For different reasons. I just do not believe 99.9% of the Republicans want that, and I don't think that's productive. This entire time, I've been trying to change Washington where we do bills individually. We've been going along very successfully. We posted these bills back in July to give us your amendments. You don't have that much time. You don't get to read it so much. There's such an improvement in this process. And what happens, though, people start fighting over the dollar figure. Even though you had the debt ceiling deal, that's what they wanted less, right? So we try to find how do you get 218 to get there, and it gets frustration. Then what's inside a bill becomes a problem. You got people's of different philosophy. That's why you open it up to more amendments. But the idea that they would take DOD that everybody supported down and do it twice made no sense to me. So that's slowing everything up. Remember, a while back, they took a whole week that we couldn't do anything. They like to stop everything, and then they turn around and say, "It's your fault. You're not getting anything done."
How does this compare to the debt ceiling and difficulty and frustration-wise?
You know, the debt ceiling was tough, but I felt as though we were all focused on the same page. And in the debt ceiling, we had the Senate Republicans with us too. And it was historically a much higher hill to climb to be successful in. I think most all of you would sit back and say, Kevin has no chance, he has to fold. How is he ever even going to, he can't even get a meeting with the president. We stayed with it, and it didn't come together till the very end, right? And you all asked me when you're just going to sign the other one. So I always believe when you get to the final deadlines is when the real crunch comes. So I'm believing in human behavior for those that have been holding out, knowing that crunch time's coming. And even if they say, well, why didn't all this happen sooner? Well, you're the ones who held it up. Maybe they'd see the pressure to do something different.
Easier, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Does it feel like it was easier to negotiate with a Democratic White House in some respects than it is with members of your own party?
Well, when you're negotiating with the Democratic White House, you're negotiating with one-on-one persons with a few of the staff. When you're negotiating here, everybody's king, because one person can close it down. Then once one person gets something, everybody has to get something. Then somebody else has to get something. Yeah.
Do you think these people are negotiating in good faith?
Who?
The holdouts.
I think some are, yeah.
Do you think it's some, not all?
Everybody has their different reasons why.
What are you going to do about
Have you been...
if it hits the floor next week?
Do what I do with everything else.
Where's that?
Vote it down.
Have you been able to cut the $60 billion from the top line yet of the appropriations bills?
We'll see what they've been working on.
Can I just clarify on the CR? Are the options in your mind that your holdouts agree to move a conservative CR with border, or if they don't, you have to accept either a bipartisan deal or...
We had 7 members say they never want to do a CR.
Right.
But if you talk through that, they said they don't want to do a CR because they want individual bills. Well, we've been trying to pass individual bills this whole time that they've been denying us from even to get up on to be able to start producing. And then what a continuing resolution does is simply funds the government while we're passing those bills. So if they have it their way and government shuts down and we haven't passed anything, we're in a very weak position to win anything for the American public. How hard are we going to be able to secure the border? How much wokeism will we be able to bring out? How much changes on savings would we be able to do? It puts us in a much weaker position going into a battle where you've got senators on from the Democrats and Republicans who want to spend more and break the debt ceiling deal.
The former president weighing in, has that helped? So does that position mean you are more likely to have to accept a bipartisan CR if your members don't let you?
More willing to accept a Republican funding bill that funds government for a short time so we can finish the Republican appropriation bills off the floor, which we've been trying to do for the last 3 months.
When you were in the speaker's fight,
Yeah.
some of these holdouts have said that you agreed to 1471 no rescissions. Is that an adequate representation?
No.
I mean, I know you don't like talking about it, but I have to.
Why don't you sit down with Garrett Grace? He's the one to talk to.
Can you talk to us about it?
Yeah, talk to Garrett about it. He knows
Speaker
that.
McCarthy,
CR should have to be bipartisan.
Okay, well, there we go. We had that live feed right there. We're coming.